Welcome everyone, my name is Rabbi Uri. We're here with our weekly virtual Oneg Shabbat. I hope everyone had a great week. I hope everyone is doing well as we're now in the new year 2022. And we'll begin this week's Oneg Shabbat like we begin every week with the singing of Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Ashoreis, Malachei Elyon. Mihi melech mahalchei amlochim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem malachei ashoreis malachei elyon. Mihi melech malachei amlochim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem leShalom malachei ashalom malachei elyon. Mihi melech mahalchei amlochim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem leShalom malachei ashalom malachei elyon. Mihi melech malchei amlochim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu nile shalom malachei ashalom malachei elyon. Mihi melech malchei amlochim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu nile shalom malachei ashalom malachei elyon. Mihi melech malchei amlochim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzeitzchem leShalom malachei ashalom malachei elyon. Mihi melech malchei amlochim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzeitzchem leShalom malachei ashalom malachei elyon. Mihi melech malchei amlochim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. In this week's Torah reading, we have the Aseret HaDibros, the Ten Commandments. The Jewish people left Egypt. They crossed the Yam Suf, they crossed the Red Sea, and they finally made their way to Mount Sinai, to Har Sinai. And the Jews prepared for 3 days, for 6 days, until finally the moment come where they saw God's glory for the first time and only time in the history of the world. And God gave them over the 10 Commandments. But more important than the 10 Commandments actually was the concept, the idea of God revealing Himself to the Jewish people and to the entire world. And the questions about the 10 Commandments, specifically why these commandments, some of them are more obvious: believe in God, don't serve idols, honor your parents. But some are a little bit unusual. Don't use God's name in vain, don't be jealous, don't steal. I mean, these things are certainly important, but to be in the top 10 list, we'd think we'd only have commandments which are so crucial to life itself. And we know things like stealing and other crimes are things that no one in the world could do, Jewish or not Jewish. These are crimes that society needs to live. So why were these commandments chosen as opposed to any of the other 613 commandments that we have? And one of the reasons explained is the following. Part of the 10 Commandments, part of keeping the Torah, being Jewish or being really any religion, being a good person in the world, is understanding relationships. Understanding relationships with God, to have a relationship with God, to believe in God and not go away from God for other idols. So relationship with God, relationship with oneself, making sure that they act appropriately with themselves, be happy with themselves. Relationship with others, honoring parents. It's not about the crimes itself which are committed. It's about the concept and the idea of having good, strong relationship with people around you, which includes yourself, being happy with yourself, being content with yourself. When a person does all these things, he has a relationship with God, he has a relationship with himself, and his relationship with others, then he's in a good place, and he's in a strong place to withhold any difficulty he has in his life. L'cha dehodi lekras kala pnei Shabbos nekabela. L'cha dehodi lekras kala pnei Shabbos nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad Hishmiyahanu kelam yuchad Hashem echad u'shmo yechad Shemo seferes v'letzila. L'cha dodi likras kala Pnei Shabbos nekabela. Likras Shabbos l'chuven elcha Ki mikar habiracha meidosh mikedem nesucha Sav maaseh b'machshavat chila. Lecha dodi likras kala Pnei Shabbos nekabela. Mikdash melech ir melucha Kumitzi mitoch ha'hafecha Rav Shevet v'yemek ha'bacha V'hu yachamol olayichem la. Chadodi likras kala Pnei Shabbos nekabela. Bawi b'shalom materes bala Gam berina uv'tzahala Tochem unei am segula. Bawi kala lecha dodi likras kala Pnei Shabbos nekabela. Another thing we find beginning of the parsha is the story of Yitro, Moshe's father-in-law. Now Yitro was a good person, a Gentile, who converted to Judaism. And the Torah explains why did he convert to Judaism. He said, well, he heard about everything that happened in Egypt. He heard about the splitting of the sea. He heard about the miracles, so he decided to become Jewish. But the story is lacking some information, because as we know, the whole world heard about it. The whole world knew about the plight of the Egyptians, the destruction of Egypt as a super powerhouse of the world. The most powerful nation in the world collapsed due to the God of the Jews. The whole world knew about the splitting of the sea. So to tell me that Yisro heard about the splitting of the sea and the calamities in Egypt, that moved him to become Jewish, is a little bit lacking in the story. What did move him ultimately? Everyone heard, yet the whole world weren't running to convert to be Jewish. And the answer is the following. Of course, you could hear information, you could hear the news, you could hear something happening, but you really take it to heart. You think about a tragedy that happens on the news, you hear about, oh, this is so terrible, what happened to them? Do you take it to heart, or just, okay, this is the news, this is what happened, go on to the next thing? In life, we have different opportunities to take things to heart, think about them, contemplate them, and to grow from them. If you're a person who could grow from these things, then you're a person who grows, and you'll accomplish a lot in your lifetime. If you're a person who just hears information and moves on, you'll hear a lot of information, but it won't make you into a better person. Life is about becoming a better person, and the more you pay attention to what surrounds you and don't just hear the information, the better person you'll become. Adon olam asher malach b'terem kol yetzir nivra li'es nasa b'chefso kol azai melech shemo nikra v'yacharei kichlos hakol levahado yimloch nora v'haya v'hu hovet V'hu yihye b'sifara v'hu echad v'yein sheni L'hamshila l'hachvira v'li reishis v'li sachlis v'lo hoz v'ha-misra v'hu keli v'chag goali v'tzorach avli b'yesara v'hu nisi umanosli minas kosi b'yom ekra v'yado avkid ruchi v'yesi shan v'yahira v'yimruchi giviyasi Adoshem li v'lo ira. Everyone should have a happy and healthy Shabbat, a great weekend. We'll see everybody next week.